Rabbi Paul, An Intellectual Biography by Bruce Chilton. This is a little hardback book. I think this is the first edition, actually, but I'm not completely sure. This is what the dust jacket looks like. Toss that aside. It's sort of a nondescript book. There's not a lot to it. Put out by Doubleday. Get the occasional map, I guess, but other than that, I was about to say there are really no illustrations. I forgot about it. There are a couple of maps in there, so that's great. I love maps in books. And so to talk about this as an object, there's not a lot to say. It's a glued binding. And just paper boards, and not really a lot going on as far as the object of the book. But in any case, in case you haven't heard of it, it's a sort of a modern day take and biography of Paul, the Apostle Paul, and I don't think they have enough details to make a biography in the way that you might think of as a biography, but certainly it's this guy's take on his influence in the church and the early church and sort of a rethinking about Paul. I every once in a while I get very interested in religion, not as a believer, but just as a cultural thing. And so then I buy books like this and I start them and then I don't finish them. Sometime I will. I mean, I am still interested. I'd love to go back and read this, but at the same time, it's sort of far down my list of things that I want to read. So all that to say, I haven't read it. I think it's supposed to be really good. The same guy wrote a book called Rabbi Jesus, which is obviously sort of does Jesus in the same vein, thinking about him as, looking at it differently from just a purely biblical account. Anyway, I don't have much else to say about it because I haven't read the thing. It's not particularly pretty. It doesn't have any illustrations. It's glued binding. And so we're going to leave it there. So that's a quick one. For today, Rabbi Paul, An Intellectual Biography by Bruce Chilton.